All right, so welcome everybody. Welcome in the presentation of AIRBUS challenges proposed for ActInSpace 2026 challenge. So my name is Mathieu. I'm the head of innovation at AIRBUS Defense and Space, and together with my colleague Bertrand Levivier, business innovation manager and in charge of open innovation activities, we will present to you today this challenge that we propose for this ActInSpace 2026 challenge, for which we are very happy to be supportive from AIRBUS since the very beginning, alongside CNES and ESA in particular. So the presentation will be in three parts. We just present you first a global overview of our innovation mission and activities. And you will see also a video with recent highlights from AIRBUS Defense and Space to give you an overview of our portfolio. And then we will present to you with more details the open innovation part, how we set up cooperation with startups, and what are the new initiatives that we have launched for 2025. And in the third part, so Bertrand will share with you the key challenges that we propose from AIRBUS for ActInSpace 2026. But let's start with our innovation mission first. It's very simple. Within Defense and Space, we develop new products and services, but also new business models and new ways of working for the benefit of the three business units of AIRBUS Defense and Space, which are air power, connected intelligence, and space systems. On top of this internal innovation process, we also develop new corporations which have a real business impact for the division, and we will present that to you with more details on the open innovation part. So what is really exciting about our activities in innovation at Defense and Space is that, as you may guess, there is a wide variety in the portfolio, and we also intend to have a short-term business impact, so developing projects in 3 years, 4 years maximum. Otherwise, we stop the project if we don't find a real return on investment. And on top of that, there is really a strong openness to the outside world with the cooperations that we create with external startups. To reflect this mission and activity, so we have a simple process which is described on the next slide. So as you see, we start in fact from establishing a strategy, feeding our pipeline with mega trends, but also technology scouting, what the competition is doing and startups are doing also outside AIRBUS. And we do that for the three business units of AIRBUS Defense and Space. So once again, air power, connected intelligence, and space system. Air power being more dedicated to military aircraft and drones with big programs, for example, like the A400M, A330 MRTT, the Eurofighter or the next generation fighter, just to name a few examples. Connected intelligence being more the services part of AIRBUS Defense and Space, so dealing with services linked to space imagery, but also cyber and secure networks and connectivity. And finally, space systems, so dealing with all topics related to telecommunication and navigation programs, but also Earth observation and science and space exploration. For these three business units, so we have two streams, as you can see on this slide. So first, based on the priorities and the pain points that we identify for each business unit, we launch internal campaigns for innovation. We select the best ideas, and then we implement the best ideas through a streamlined process. And on top of that, and this is the second line that you can see on this slide, we develop a lot of open innovation activities, so scouting partners and the key challenges that we want to address for AIRBUS Defense and Space in order to create pilot projects and finally adopt the best solutions. We keep an alignment with all the business units at all the innovation steps of this simple process. So to reflect this mission and activities, we just wanted to share with you a 1-minute video sharing the key highlights from AIRBUS Defense and Space for 2024. Here it is. I think this video is providing a good overview of our activities globally, and so you can see also there are a lot of synergies between space and defense activities. So now perhaps just to give you also a view on the strong cooperations that we set up with startups, and in order to build cooperations, there is a good complementarity with between the kind of initiatives that we take with startups. So first, and this is the core objective of ActInSpace, we stimulate early stage innovation. So through supporting external challenges like ActInSpace, more than 50 challenges have been launched over the past 5 years, with more than 20,000 people engaged all over the world. And AIRBUS is proud to be the #1 industry partner for ActInSpace in particular, with a very good traction in terms of engagement of AIRBUS colleagues also in this challenge, because hundreds of people have been involved so far over the past 5 years in the different editions of ActInSpace. So then we also, and this is the core of our activity in innovation at Defense and Space, we create win-win partnerships with startups when they become more mature. And so just to give you a few examples, in France, we could form some cooperation, for example, with Anywave, integrating innovative antennas from this French startup. K-Lab, so we cooperate on optical communication. Exotrail, we also co-develop innovative propulsion systems. And Greenwave, we also cooperate on connectivity systems with very innovative antennas for French defense forces, just to name a few examples. What is also interesting is that we also cooperate with startups that were created through ActInSpace. So just to name one or two examples, with Kermap in France, developing new services based on AIRBUS satellite imagery, and also La Telescope, French startup also, which is developing new services to monitor the Earth thanks to satellite imagery coming from AIRBUS in particular. So this is interesting to see that a few years later, some startups are very successful, and we can form successful cooperation with these ones. So on top of these innovative startup corporations, specifically in France, we provide grants and loans through AIRBUS development, which could contribute to the creation of more than 21,800 jobs in France over the past 25 years. So this is really a successful process. And on top of that, to complete this panorama, independently from AIRBUS, AIRBUS Ventures invest in deep tech startups. So there is around 500 million euros of asset management, and 55 investment could be performed so far on the 8 domain of interest that you can see on the bottom part of this slide, in particular on space activities. To give you a few concrete examples of recent initiatives that we have launched in 2025, let's jump to the next slide. Starting with the Applications Campus. So here we have launched, alongside the French Space Agency, CNES, in 2025, this Applications Campus in order to leverage the usage of high-resolution satellite imagery coming from AIRBUS, in particular Pléiades Neo satellites. We also launched a specific open innovation challenge to incubate aerospace project with Spain through the BF Aero initiative to create new partnerships, in particular on the air power side of AIRBUS Defense and Space. We partner with the DLR and the European Space Agency through the InnoSpace Masters, which is a worldwide competition launched every year, for which we take part in to boost Earth space industry partnerships. We will be very happy to launch soon, early 2026, the AIRBUS Launchpad in the UK, so which will be inaugurated in Stevenage on the AIRBUS site, to leverage new cooperations for connected intelligence and space systems with innovative SMEs coming from the UK. And we have also launched in 2025 a global initiative in Europe, the Enterprise Europe Network, to find solutions on the key 10 AIRBUS Defense and Space challenges. So defined, for example, on to find solution on new defense capabilities for air power, but also new services based on AIRBUS imagery, or massive production capabilities for space systems that will also introduce through ActInSpace this year. And more recently, so we could launch with CNES Space Founders Startup Accelerator, the Startup Day that we organize every year in our AIRBUS facilities in Toulouse. And at this occasion, we could welcome in our facilities a batch of 15 new startups to create new cooperations with Airbus for connected intelligence and space systems. And with that, we are extremely happy to be a partner again for 2026 of ActInSpace Challenge. For the short story, I'm just coming back from India, and India was the country with the most important number of participants during the last edition. I just talked about ActInSpace last week in the different schools that we had the opportunity to visit, and I can tell you they are ready. They are already ready to participate for the next edition. So it's great to see. And with that, I will hand over the presentation to Bertrand so that you can have a more detailed view on the Airbus challenges that we propose for ActInSpace 2026. Thank you. Bertrand, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mathieu. Very welcome from sunny Toulouse. Definitely, I know that you will be hearing us from everybody worldwide. It's a wide audience. I hope you will be able to listen to this recording and be free to raise any questions you would have in the future. Yes, we were challenged to challenge, I would say, to challenge you. The first challenge that we will be talking about would be related to our Starlab Space Station that you maybe all know that we have been fostering some strong cooperation worldwide, on which we are intending to look for the replacement of the ISS space station, for which we would need your let's say initiative or ideas to see what could be the new most efficient way of loading, unloading, and managing the experiment in this material on this system. The important part to know, it's we have a very detailed specs. I think it's 17 meters long. It's 8 meters wide, I think. Should you have any specific requirements or questions about the definitely we have a dedicated website on which you can find all the information regarding Starlab. So feel free to maybe we will update the challenge page to make it more visible. That would be challenge number one. You are here to challenge us on the way we are considering the space station. We are at the edge of maybe 3 years before the launch, so it's still time to challenge it. The next challenge that we are foreseeing is related to reinforcing, because we are in space, because we are, let's say, the space environment is a new playground where we will have a lot of enemies or development of enemies, especially for our new constellation. We are today looking forward to see what could be the impactful application, AI application that you could be hosting our new constellation, which is 303D, sorry, who has been launched just recently, which is literally enhancing or increasing our capabilities. We used to have Spotimage, we used to have Pleiades, and now we have 303D, and we are heading toward Pleiades Neo next. So definitely Airbus is anchored into enhancing or making sure that we have the most out of the Earth observation capabilities. And in thanks to these 4 satellites, 303D, which was launched in last summer, you will have to have a wide coverage, very fine details, of course, oriented to 3D imagery. This is the target. And of course, we have a lot of premium capabilities to be extrapolated. We know that AR is at the heart of everyone's thoughts at the moment, and of course, it can enhance. Your challenge would be to propose any AI application that could be literally uploaded into our hosted capability in the satellite. So maybe the winner will have the opportunity to be hosted in this Stereo 3D new constellation. The third challenge I forgot to mention, but we are here focusing on space for Earth and humanity, which is part of the core challenges of CNES and ESA. Here we are literally again leveraging our Earth observation capability. Literally our imagery. I was referring to the Stereo 3D capability, which is brand new, but also now the previous and existing images. We have a One Atlas solution fully available to actually provide a lot of smart information combining radar and optical satellites, on which you will be able to monitor information that are quite sometimes a few hours old. Your challenge would be, in this instance, to develop a new digital solution, leveraging this existing and forward-looking AIRBUS satellite imagery, so that we can improve our decision-making or driving our business for societal value for the benefit of the planet. You can think very wide. It should be protecting forests. It should be protecting, preventing fires. A lot of things exist. Maybe have a look and think differently is your challenge for this, let's say, a quest for space and Earth and humanity. The fourth challenge anchored into our everyday, third challenge, sorry, which is anchored into a standard way of life business, is more, as you may be aware, we are literally at the edge of a new era, which is refining and building new satellites. So we already have embedded some of the features, like robotics, artificial intelligence, and 3D printing. But we are looking for your voice, ideas to actually maybe pave the way to build or think about new ways of building our new constellation. You have been hearing about IRIS². We are literally at the time where this is still, let's say, room for improvement, and your ideas would be welcome to make sure that we are able to reduce costs, ensure guarantee the reliability, standardize the design, enhance the supply chain. Of course, we have an obligation towards regulations. Therefore, and of course, the most important part is making sure that we are mitigating or not creating more debris when going into space. All in one, your challenge is to transform and enhance the satellite production process by integrating and leveraging new technologies such as robotics, artificial intelligence, additive manufacturing. We already proved that 3D printing, metal 3D printing is available, and connectivity solutions. That being said, that leads me to the fourth challenge, which is which is literally the sorry, I have. Excuse, I have. Okay, to develop the defense in space and defense from space with us. We are talking about developing new capabilities from defense and space, self-defense in space. We are here to leverage the new advanced technologies to enhance the resilience and sustainability of future aerospace and solution to ensure that the protection of space assets and the ability to respond to threat efficiently. For what we have is currently our defense in space is shaped by rising the threat of satellites with electronic and cyber and kinetic means, which amid great power competition, while defense from space is driven by the reliance on the orbital assets for communication, navigation, intelligence, and emerging missile defense munitions. So we are more definitely in the protection of our assets or of Earth our humanity. And your challenge is to create new innovative solutions to defense purpose. So we are literally at a new era where defense and let's say the third commercial world will join forces, what we call dual use, using space assets also to protect ourselves in space and new defense capabilities, sometimes on Earth. The next challenge is to protect the AIRBUS assets from cyber threats. Definitely, most of you already are very familiar with the fact that cybersecurity is one of the elements of threat on Earth. Here we are talking about developing advanced data protection mechanisms and systems able to withstanding sophisticated cyber attacks. Definitely, let's say, existing assets are a bit, let's say, on the edge, at risk. It is important that we are building the new generation with cybersecurity embedded, cybersecurity by design. This is already taken into account, but it is also important that we hear your voice and hear your challenge to provide your answer to the challenge, which is to provide the solution in enhancing and ensuring resilience against intrusion, jamming, spoofing, supply chain vulnerabilities, even while maintaining a secure and continuous operation in a contested environment, which is the new space. With that, I think I literally skipped one. Sorry for that. Which is the, if I'm not mistaken, right? Sorry for that. This one, I think I missed that one, right? No, I think, okay, maybe not. So maybe I have a doubt on whether I was able to skip the force. Never mind. So here I'm wrapping up the channel presentation. Sorry for the confusion. Should you have any question, feel free to reach us through the ActInSpace consortium. Thank you very much for that.
And perhaps we can conclude just to say that we were honored at AIRBUS to be awarded with the #1 reward from the Startup Ecosystem Index 2025 from Startup Link, as you can see on this slide. So, #1 in aerospace industry, and number 13 as a global corporate for 2025. All domains united. So this is a strong recognition, and you can see the testimony from our former Chief Technology Officer Sabine Klauke at AIRBUS. So thank you, Bertrand. And if you have any questions, we are happy to answer them. Otherwise, we can take them offline. So I suggest also you can put the slide #1 with our email address, Bertrand, and yeah, so feel free to contact us on this email address should you have any further questions. And I think we are done for this presentation. So if there is no question from now, thank you very much for your participation.